Alright, hi everybody, it's Boncar922. Second episode of Gargantia on the Verdurous planet. Whole lot better than the first episode. Like 10 times better. This I'm probably going to get like a 4 or maybe even a 4.5, I would say. I mean, because episode 1 wasn't really a lot. I mean, it was him going to the planet, okay, yeah, ended like a cliffhanger. This episode had a lot more information. This episode was called Planet of the Beginnings. And pretty much, beginning of this episode, finds out Redo, and here's the thing about this guy, Redo. He speaks a completely different language from the people on Earth. So what ends up happening is that the AI of his robot, Chambers, has to translate. Pretty much. And you know, the people on the ship, they're fucking idiots. They want to deconstruct the robot and shit. I'm like, come on. Kind of rude thing to do. And Amy, this girl Amy, she seems like she wants not that to happen. She wants to protect the robot and to help Redo. Now, he explains a few things to the main leader of the fleet of Gargantia, which is the name of the ship. I believe her name was Rigid? Not 100% sure on that. But I believe her name was Rigid. But I could be wrong on that. We also find out names, Pinion, who is the head mechanic of finding things and such. And this other girl, who red hair, who was in the first episode, Bellows. So yeah, a few names came up. And basically the head, not the captain of the ship, but, commander of, their military and everything, is asking information about, in the beginning what he is, and he explained through this translation of languages about what it is, and Redo is upset with Chambers because of how he explained it in a way. And yeah, and pretty much then after that whole situation that they went through, and it's also they're like, they got their guns. I'm like, how stupid are these people? Because after watching what Chambers, that robot did in the end, these people are like, hey, you better stop. You don't want that. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like the 20th century, or the 21st century going up against the 30th century, That's what it felt like. But anyway, they basically are discussing the Pinion and Bellows, and the one who's the head, not the captain, but the commander of Gargantia, are discussing about what to do with they call the robot Chambers a word. I forgot the name of the word, but it began with a J. It was very lingo to them, the way they describe the robot, the way they call it. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened there. And then after that, we had a situation where, trying to think. Yeah, after that, they're keeping a watch on him, so stupid. And we see Amy, and we hear him talking, Redo, to Chambers about a few things and what needs to be done. And we see Redo, he took out his gun, and he was basically making this thing. I don't know if it was a flute or it looked like something from Zelda. That's where I got the impression of what he was making. But yeah, he's doing that, and Amy's going around making her deliveries, and her two friends show up. He's like, Amy, you were with the guy, that stuff. And she's like, get away from me, I'm trying to do my deliveries. So she's going around, and she sees her brother, meets her brother in this episode, gives him this little spin thing. And there's a lot more that happened in this episode, and they're talking to each other about Redo and everything, and all that seems nice. He's probably from space. Because they were talking about how their ancestors left Earth to go to space. Yeah. And when night falls, she goes to talk to him. And gives him fish for him to eat. And that's when Amy and Redo start talking, and he explains a few things to her, and what happened, and tells her, oh, I'm from there, space, and that there's nobody in the robot, it's an AI, all that other good jazz. And she's impressed. She's like freaking out, impressed about it. And she explains a few things, apparently on Earth, in order for them to explore the other seas, these lightning bolts hit the ocean. And it creates like some galaxy something called the Galaxy Sea. And that's how they're able to get through and navigate through the seas, by that. And also was explained that there are these tiny bugs that are in the water that give off this luminosity to them, and that's how they gain electricity from these bugs. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. And you had that scene, and after that, the rest of the episode, she explains to everybody this is the story, and they don't believe her. I'm like, that guy, Pinion? Get the fuck out, man. He's got like blood. He's like, you're a fucking retard. He doesn't believe her. I'm like, fuck you. Who gives a fuck what you have to say? That's my impression on that guy. Bellows is a nice character. I think she's interesting, especially what happened at the end of this episode. But Pinion? Fuck him. I say fuck him. He wants to do. He's a greedy motherfucker. Yeah. He's a greedy motherfucker. He wants to destroy the robot and make money on it. Like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't like him. Nah, he's a greedy motherfucker. He doesn't care anybody but himself. That's what I have to say about that. And Amy's trying to, and then the whole time she's trying to defend him and everything and so on and so forth. And then what happens is, they go out, Bellows and the crew, because they go and they explore the sea, and they gather stuff that they need, because the whole fucking planet is just a big ocean. Pretty crazy. So she goes to the sea, she's trying to find stuff and everything, the crew, Bellows and her crew, and they get attacked. She explained this to Redo, that they're pirates. And they get attacked by pirates. And Amy comes running in like, Jesus Christ, and explains to Redo what's going on. You give us your strength, lend us your strength, because you're really strong. So he then decides, let's. Also, I forgot to mention he was being very angry to himself, Redo, before when he was talking to her, because he mentioned that he needed to get back to the Alliance and stuff. But he agrees to do this, and he gets in chambers, and he's off. He's floating, and everybody's like, he left, freaking out because he left. And he goes and he attacks the pirates. What he did when he attacked the pirates, I was like, I didn't know that when you fire lasers at somebody, their body disintegrates. Like, that's what happened. fired. He pinpointed, Chambers pinpointed exactly where friendlies were and where the enemy was, where the pirates were and he just pinpointed it, and he shot lasers out of the robot, and they were disintegrated. And I was like, everybody was like, well, what did he do? Why did he do that? Everybody's like, why did he do that? Why did he do that? Everybody was saying that. And I'm like, maybe these motherfuckers on Gargantia should have pointed guns at him. Might be a good idea not to do that. Because he could kill you all. But anyway, that's what he did, and then he saved her. He saved Bellows and her crew from the pirates. They just disintegrated. It was like, yo. That was like, holy shit. It just, disintegration. Disintegration. It's just like, they just, that blew me away. And that's one of the reasons why I'm giving this a 4. I actually should give this a 4.5. But, I give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to upload this, and I'll upload episode 1 review. And yeah, this episode 1 was slow. It's weird that happened. That they put up episode 1, and then a day later, episode 2. I was really surprised. I was like, holy shit, why did you do that? But I think the reasoning behind it was because episode 1 was such it left on a cliffhanger, and they probably decided, you know what, let's not wait until Sunday. They figured when they did these episodes to just, release it like a 2-part thing. So yeah, that's probably what they did. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys. This was an awesome episode, a whole lot better than episode 1. And I'm going to upload episode 1 and episode 2 at the same time. You guys will see it. Tell me what you guys think. Comments below. You know the story. Rate, comment, subscribe. This is Bonkai922. That robot just went ham. Chambers. Ham. Serious hamage. Laser. Disintegrate. Done. That was awesome. I love that shit. So, Chambers, watch the fuck out for him. Watch the fuck out. See ya.